Glory to the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit. Today I would like to speak on the topic of speaks as a dragon, or spake as a dragon. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Now, the key phrase here is that it has two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Now, the question is, how do you speak as a dragon? Let's turn to Isaiah to find out how do you speak as a dragon. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So we know that Lucifer fell from heaven, and the key words here are fallen, and the key phrase here is I will exalt my throne above the congregation, and I will be like the Most High. These words and phrases are important because, first of all, when Lucifer fell, we know that he fell from heaven. There was only one place for him to go. Second of all, he said that he would have a throne. We know that he cannot have his throne in heaven, so it was only one other place that he could have his throne. And the congregation, it states that he will be over a congregation. He couldn't do that above the stars of God, so there was one other place that it had to be done. And lastly, he stated, I will be like the Most High. Let's continue. Let's see what the Most High told him. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit, that they see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, even one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit as a carcass trodden under feet. So, key words and phrases. He was brought down to hell. And second of all, is this the man? Is this the man? Now, we know that Lucifer is a spirit, a fallen angel. But the Bible states here, is this the man that made the earth tremble, that did shake the kingdoms? So, he was associated with all the kings of the nations as well. So Lucifer had to, when he fell, he had to work as a spirit, but yet through a man. The key word. The key word man here is very, very important, because we know previously that he fell. He was brought down to the pits of hell because he could not have a throne in heaven. So he set up his throne on earth through a congregation on this earth in order to be like the Most High. And he did this by the works through a man. Now, I want to talk about the key word congregation. Let's see what that means in Hebrew. Okay, this is the definition. An assemblage of persons, specifically a Jewish synagogue. The meeting or the place, by analogy, a Christian church, assembly, congregation, synagogue. Wow. So Lucifer or Satan had to do this by the means of through synagogues, through a man. Now, how do I know that this is the man that Lucifer is working through? Well, if we go back to Revelation chapter 13, verses 15 through 18, it tells us that he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And we know that he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark of the beast or the number of his name. His name. This is a man. And it states that here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. It is a number of a man. This is a spirit that is working in this man to cause him to do such things or to make the earth tremble at his presence. This is the same man that as Isaiah is talking about, because this same man in Revelations sits upon the congregation where he uses sorcery and miracles and wonders in the sight of men. And this is how he deceives all the nations. And how do you deceive all the nations? Who deceives the nations? Satan, Lucifer. Now let's turn to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verses 3 and 4, and I have Isaiah 14:12 to 14 posted right next to it. And we know that Paul is telling them, let no man deceive you, for that day should not come except there become a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. What does this man do? Does this man do the same thing that Lucifer or Satan stated that he was going to do in Isaiah? Well, let's see. It states that he opposes, he exalts himself above all that is called God, that he sit in a temple showing himself as God. So he sits in the very flesh showing himself that he's God. What did Lucifer state that he was going to do? He stated that he would exalt his throne above the stars, which we know that he couldn't do, because God said he was going to be brought down to the pits of hell over a congregation. And that is here on earth. And I will be like the Most High. So this is the same man. This is the same man from Isaiah, Thessalonians, and Revelations. Not only if this is the same man, this is the same spirit that is in these men, or a man at that specific time, in a specific time, because we know the spirit follows this man, whichever man is in power. at that time. Now, and lastly, we know that he's over a church or a synagogue. So this is the same person who speaks as a dragon. And the same man dwells only, you can find him only in one place. And that's the city that sits on 7 hills or 7 mountains. Those who have an ear, let them hear what the Spirit is saying.